Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio. Absolute Radio.
Hello, it's the Midweek podcast from Frank Skinner and Emily and Gareth. So what about that?
Hello.
Hey? Which I forgot to trail this podcast on the show, so there's probably nobody listening to it. So if you are listening to it on your podcast thing, then you're quite exclusive. So enjoy that. Enjoy that moment. I should have... actually, I saw a trailer. I saw a trailer for... there's a show called The Mentalist.
Oh, okay.
Which I've never seen, and I assumed it was about, like, a nutter. You know,
so do I.
You know when people say, God, he's a bit of a mentalist? I thought it was, like, just going to be a bloke walks into a bar and says, going to be, what do you mean? Come on, then! I thought it was going to be like a bloke like that. But what it is, it's a sort of Jonathan Creek plus. So it's about a psychic who helps...
A sidekick?
Yes, about a psychic who helps the police. And it got me to thinking... I am the only person I know who's never had a psychic experience of any kind. Everyone you meet, you know, you have stories at parties. Well, I had this thing once and I'd said this thing, and then the next day, I've never had that.
Really?
I am the world's least psychic person.
Have you seen a ghostie?
I've never seen a ghost.
No, I haven't either.
But,
have you not had any supernatural experience?
Well, the closest I ever got, and then this doesn't really count, but when I used to live with David Baddiel, right, people used to come to the... There's something about... You'd think Baddiel is quite an easy surname to work with, but everyone who came to the door and pressed the buzzer, they'd all say, it's Mr. Badooley there. Mr. Baddiel.
He gets Baddiel, doesn't he, a lot?
He get also, especially drivers, Mr. Badiddle. And we used to like a running theme in the house, what he would be called.
And
so
when you're famous as well, you get the name right.
Yeah, well, exactly. That. I mean, you can imagine that particularly hurt. So, we were invited to the premiere of Loch Ness. Do you remember that film, Loch Ness?
Yes, I do. Ted Danson.
Ted Danson, yeah.
Oh.
And
we got the guy from Cheers with the big dinosaur.
He's dead now, actually. He's been cryogenically preserved.
Yeah,
they call it Dance on an Ice.
Oh, God. Can we just say...
Haven't finished yet with the big laughing. Oh. So anyway...
Ted Danson isn't dead, everyone. Don't phone in.
Those of you who were stunned by that news, right, Ted Danson is very much alive.
It's like the War of the Worlds.
Anyway, listen, so we were going to fly up to Inverness. That's where the premiere was, not the Odeon Leicester Square. Inverness, right, in Scotland. So, and then we're in that where we was living, and the driver is going to pick. And Dave said to me, "Well, I had a dream last night that the plane crashed." And I said, "Oh God, don't tell me that." And he said, "No, I was actually thinking about not going. It's quite a realistic dream." So I'm not the best flyer. Obviously, it started to get me really nervous. And I said, I don't believe in, like, premonitions and stuff. He said, well, you know, I'm not saying I do, but I did have a dream that the plane crashed. And we were both winding each other up. Anyway, the buzzer goes and lifted up the thing and said, yeah. And the bloke said, is Mr. Buddy Holly there? Oh! And honestly, I really thought we're definitely going to... I mean, we didn't even laugh about it. We were so certain we were going to die. We still got on the plane because, you know, there was like a party and stuff.
Well, you were going to Inverness after all. It's not every day you get invited there to a premiere.
No, it was. We went on a celebrity parade through the town with Nicky Clark and Annika Rice and Koo Stark.
Oh my God! And where were the celebrities?
I can imagine you trudging through that town with just trudging dong, dong, the bell going, tumbleweed blowing across the road.
It was lovely.
Was it nice?
There was a fabulous moment when a bloke stood up on that lamppost, like with he had like completely cropped hair, and he said, "Hey Nicky, can you do anything with this?" And everybody laughed. And that night we were at Skibo Castle having fish and chips.
Oh, that's posh, newspaper. I know that. Madonna got married there.
And, yes, and we were talking about this, and Dave said it was very funny, Nicky said to Nicky Clark, very funny when that bloke said, "Can you do anything with this, Nicky?" And his wife, I think they were having problems at the time, his wife said, "Yeah, and what did you say, Nicky?" "Nothing." So that was a slightly awkward moment, but anyway, that's it. So the Winter Olympics are upon us.
Yeah.
That's, I can't think of a sporting event I'm less excited about.
Oh, do you not like the Winter Olympics?
No, I'm not partial. Do you? I mean, I like.
Oh, I like a ski jump. A telemark landing. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Well, it's to do with the Norwegian form of skiing. I quite like my ski jumps. I love it. But it's a way of landing, so they sort of land. I can't really demonstrate because I'm on the radio, but I'll show you guys how you do it.
I'd love to see it later. Yeah, we can knock up a
So I'll
couple of
describe
skis.
what Emily's doing.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it to sound so sexy.
That sounded so
That's
sleazy.
the only time I've ever heard you sound seductive, Gareth, in my life.
I'm always trying with you, Frank.
What I don't understand, it just doesn't. I don't notice. That's what men are like after a while.
Oh, don't you, Frank?
What I don't.
That's disgusting.
Well, I found it mildly aroused in that time. I think you're getting to me.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, you're working. No, why is there a Summer Olympics and a Winter Olympics, but there isn't a Spring or Autumn Olympics?
Autumn Olympics.
I think that those two seasons are particularly neglected. I mean, if you take, like, U2...
So here we are at the leave kicking contest at the Autumn Olympics.
But that would be great. Well, you could do that. You could land in leaves instead of sand. Yeah. Or at the Spring Olympics, you could do the high jump and land on lambs. That'd be lovely.
Terrible idea.
No, but you know how U2, that one of them clearly represents summer, Bono, and he always wears big shades, and then the edge.
Is that right?
The edge clearly represents winter, like with his woolly hat.
Wait, is this real?
But the other two, they haven't gone in for the spring and the autumn thing at all. I mean, one of them should just wear always wear browns and greens, you know, and the other one should be like a Morris dancer man for fertility. What about if the runners in the Spring Olympics, if in the centre of the track there's a very tall pole and the runners all have to hold onto a ribbon when they run round like a maypole?
That would be good.
I don't understand why those two seasons should be victimised.
You're not fond of
in
a winter
weightlifting, you
sport,
would
though. Are you not a skier?
I've never skied in my life. You must have skied.
Well, I haven't actually.
I can't believe that someone as tight-haired as you has never...
I know it's
thought
shocking.
You'd be all Val d'Isère, après
Yeah, as
ski.
if I haven't been asked. I'm asked about 6 times a year.
Val who?
But the reason I don't go is because I don't think the clothes are very flattering. That honestly is
That's
one
a
of the
good
reasons.
reason. That's a good reason.
I
to
think
not
they're
go.
horrible. You look ugly in the clothes. And also, it's just too cold. I don't want to put myself through that.
It is quite cold when you're skiing, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What about you, Gary?
I hate ice skating because it's like being on the worst, hardest, horrible, sharp surface in the most precarious way.
I've seen Frank ice skating.
I think that's a good summary. I think you could commentate professionally. Because, you see, that's an overview of ice skating, which you never get. You always get the minutiae, you know, the figure eights and the paso dobles.
Look how hard it is and cold. Oh, I wouldn't like to fall over.
It is hard and
look
cold.
what she's doing on it. Oh, dear.
But although it's very hard and cold, apparently when Heather Mills went out on Dancing on Ice, somebody heard the ice go brrrr. It's got colder, hasn't it? Has it got colder? So, you know, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Do you fancy Madonna, Gareth?
I couldn't right now. I'm tired. It's a bit early.
I'm not taking that as a no.
Do you mean generally?
Yeah.
I don't... No, I haven't thought about... She's been in the papers, hasn't she, with her young men? I don't think I'm,
with Jesus.
I don't think
But
I'm
I mean-
tanned enough. She likes tanned
No, but I'm...
Hispanic-looking men.
Yes, she does like that, but I'm just... in the abstract. You know, one looks at a celebrity person and thinks, yes, I find them attractive.
You don't actually have to put yourself forward for the role, Gareth. Oh, I'm not tanned enough.
I don't think that's the only obstacle to me getting together with Madonna.
See, that Gareth, he would have gone out with Madonna, but he's not really tanned.
He's just not quite tanned enough.
No, see, I'm one of the people. I used to fancy Madonna in the 80s when she was like slightly portly, and
Yes.
used to show her bra, a big thing that you saw her bra. But I still quite fancy the chalky old girl.
Do
Really?
you?
Yeah. That photo she did with the bandages that time, I loved that. Like she just come out of an ambulance.
I'm a bit scared of her
But-
crotch nowadays.
But she did, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You sound
No,
like
in
it's
the
been going
leotards.
round on its own, terrorising your
Well, it
neighbourhood.
sort of has in the leotards. It's very... she's
No, I
very-
know what you mean.
very
But she was
crotch-based.
photographed this week, wasn't she? She was out with Jesus and they were in a nightclub. And
that sounds like it should be more of an exclusive story than it is.
Madonna was out with Jesus.
With Jesus.
I'm still thinking about the crotch. Do you think one of the kids ever turns around and says, "Mummy, you're fifth of wine. Put away your gusset." Yes, she was out with Jesus Lose.
yeah, but I noticed they were in a nightclub, a night spot, and she was sitting down. And I thought, oh, it's all VIP. And then I thought, no, she's actually sitting down because she wants a seat.
Oh,
because
no.
that is, no, but Frank, that's the first thing. I think that when I have to go out, don't you think? I ring people and I say, will there be a seat? And not, I honestly do.
You think she's
I'm
like...
not counting bar stools either. I want an actual, some sort of
Armchair.
Chesterfield, at least.
Oh, you want a leather chester?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
Do you think she's like an Italian grandmother in the corner going, "Come close to me, it is dark, Jesus, let me touch your face."
Come into the light. I hope arms. You know, she's got very sinuous
Oh, she is sinewy,
arms.
yeah.
They look like stripped flex. You know what I mean? You can see the you know when you're changing a plug and you strip the wire back and you can see
Yes.
the individual strands. That's what I reckon that you could amputate one of Madonna's hands and put a 3-pin plug on it. And it would work. You know, when she's been at the club a bit, getting a bit fatigued, she could sort of sidle over to a socket, just put the hand in, and you'd feel her regenerate.
Mm-hmm. Who's Ben who does the show after us? Ben is his
Ben
name?
Jones.
Ben Jones.
Yeah, get to know your colleagues. That's what I always say.
He said he came into the show once and said that he was on an animal pack because he was going to beef up for Men's Health magazine. And
Yes.
he was having an animal pack.
We can always cut this.
Everyone, no, it's fine. To
He's
give
on
him really veiny arms.
Mm.
Maybe she's on the animal packs.
Yeah.
Can
Would
you
you
hear
want
me?
veiny arms?
Can you hear me rustling something,
Yeah.
Frank?
What are you doing?
What is it? Is it Garrett's P45?
No, it's cashmere toilet paper, is what it is.
Cashmere. Well, can you not wait a moment?
I just it's so soft, Frank. I've never felt anything like it.
Yes, that was an extract. That's a little clip I've just played from my private life.
Emily is stroking the cashmere toilet paper.
Is it? Let me feel the cash. This is new toilet paper
Frank.
from an exclusive
Oh, I
kind
don't
of.
want to share it. I love it.
Just give us a
New
shoot.
cashmere toilet paper, you won't want to share it.
Oh, it's soft, Frank.
Well, it feels pretty much.
Oh, it's not.
I think I've got better toilet
Yeah,
paper at
right.
home.
Yeah, oh no.
I'm taking this home.
No,
with
actually,
me.
if you rub your thumb, yeah, I can see.
What do
You wouldn't
mean?
want to throw it at a football match. They don't do that anymore. It's died out, the throwing of toilet rolls.
Jarvis Cocker did that at a gig I went to once. He used to do that, take a toilet roll on stage, throw it around.
How Rod Stewart. Excellent. Oh, no, OK. So this is the new toilet paper. Is it very expensive?
Well, I don't know. Daisy,
don't
our
think it is
associate
that
producer, might be
expensive.
able to help us on that. I reckon it's about 3 of your English pounds, and it's what it's good for is it's a good entry level into cashmere if you can't quite afford a jumper
Yeah, start
or a
at,
scarf.
you mean start at the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
Start at the bottom, work your way up. Oh.
Yeah, oh, no, you don't know what your way up. Oh, no.
Oh, one side is much softer than the other.
Yes,
I found the
but
soft
that's
side.
true of everyone.
Wow, that's true.
True.
I'm a bit of a... I'm not a person who lingers in the toilet. I don't want to have a toilet conversation now, as in, you know, the activities
yeah.
of the toilet. But some people I find... I've been in friends' toilets where they have a bookcase. Not a book.
Really?
A bookcase. So you can sit and select.
Oh.
But, you know, I wouldn't want to touch any of those books that other people had read on the toilet. To me, those books would have to be straight into a skip.
No, have a nice... What do you have there? Do you have any sort of decorative objet d'art in there?
I used to have a dog on wheels in there. A wooden dog on wheels in the toilet. I don't know why I had that, really. But it was ornamental.
Like a puppy Labrador.
No, but that would have been good. And I have the letters of Noel Coward in hardback.
Okay, and is that quite well thumbed?
Yeah, because the nice letters you can browse.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get highly engrossed in a novel and then like be willing myself to have to go to the toilet again. So you know what I mean? I don't want to be drawn back in by the narrative. I only want to be drawn back in by my internal tracks, as it were.
I've got a Triffid in my bathroom.
You got a Triffid? Well, if you found the council, is it a memory of your childhood?
Well, what a lot of people may not know is that I was in Dare the Triffids when I was a child actress.
I don't think you've mentioned that before.
No, I don't often talk about it.
Not for a while, actually.
I don't like to talk about it. And I took one away with me. The special effects guy gave it to me. And it's a bit old and mangy now. But it's kind of knee height.
Wow.
It's latex, yeah.
That's nice, though, isn't it?
Knee-high latex in your bathroom.
That's
Gareth,
nice.
don't get creepy again.
Sorry.
No, I like that, to do a film. And see, if you're a comedian, you don't get that kind of opportunity. You know, I've been a comedian for 23 years. What did I take away? Chlamydia.
Oh.
And I think that's in my bathroom as well,
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
Absolute Radio.